All right. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Success. Some of you guys love this picture right here. Hard work, persistence, late nights, rejections, sacrifices, discipline, criticism, doubts, failure, and risk. All of that. It's what's underneath. That's what's shoring up that mighty mountain that everyone looks at and goes, "Ooh, look at that, look at that." Nobody sees what's going on underneath. Because if you can't deal with the stuff that's underneath, you're not going to have what you're seeing above the surface. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me do a refresh and see how many people are out here. Because I'm seeing 6. Let's see. And we're up to 7. Let me know if you got audio on me and visuals. I've been having some problems here. I don't know what's going on with the system. Let me say hello to some of my working class hustlers. Oh, I see Jim. Go, Pappy, go. Darcy Cardinal. Hello. Lance, my man. Let's see. Gina, my girl. Running late today. Yeah, tell me about it. I was supposed to be on at 2 o'clock. Andre, hello to you. Key Alliance, my baby. Okay, so my baby says we have audio and we can see. All right. It's a wonderful, beautiful Saturday. Great day to be alive. Great day to be selling on Amazon. So, I'll tell you what. I think we're ready to get started here. So, music. Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your main, also known as La Machine. And as you all know, working class hustlers, I am Horace. And we're going to get going here in a few seconds. I hope everybody's doing well. Hey, Sonya. I tell you what, boy, you guys are like clockwork. It is so wonderful to spend this time with you. Every week. I mean, I hope you realize you guys make this all worthwhile for me. You know, I really appreciate it. Let's see here. All right. So we're going to get going here. Thanks so much for joining, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you've been selling well. I think it's going to be a great session today. And I don't really have anything structured as far as what we're going to talk about. Of course, we had 2 videos go up this week. We had one we titled "The Truth About Selling on Amazon." I hope people enjoyed that. It seems like they did. And then we had the one that just went up yesterday about sourcing for retail arbitrage. And yeah, we're going to kind of keep it along those lines today. I'll be taking questions and we'll see if there's anything newsworthy to go over. We're going to do a little bit of sourcing today. That'll be the part where I kind of fumble around and try to find products for you. But We're going to try to keep it down to about an hour because, you know, I don't really like to talk. I don't like to talk. So you figure right now it is 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We should be out of here in an hour. So about 2:30, because I don't really like talking. So you know. Let's see here. Sheila says she's got me loud and clear. Thank you so much. So we're going to get into things, but before we do, we have a ritual that we're going to get into right now. Let us bow our heads and repeat after me. Good things are supposed to happen to me. Say it again. Good things are supposed to happen to me. That is the attitude. That is the mindset. That is the mantra. That is how we approach this thing that we call selling on Amazon. And it's not over until you win. It's not over until you win. So let me just look through some of the comments here right off the bat and see what anybody's talking about. So Lance is saying he had a question for the gang. Is anybody using spreadsheets to track orders? Now, when you say track orders, what exactly are you talking about? Tracking orders that you've placed? That way you can keep up with your inventory as it's coming in, or track orders that are going out to your customers on Amazon? What exactly did you mean, Lance? Let us know on that. Let's see. Oh, I see now. You did answer that. Was thinking more pre-sales. I have orders coming in, but I don't want to lose track of them. Yeah, that's a good one. You know, let me mention something about that, because that's important. As you start, and I can tell if you're asking that question, Lance, that means you're getting up there, because as you start ordering more inventory, it does get it can get kind of crazy with trying to keep up. I'm starting a product called Restock Pro. Has anybody seen that? That's what this is right here. Restock Pro. I don't know if anybody has heard of that. And the reason I'm starting to see about using the free version and see how that is, because as you purchase orders, you kind of like create an invoice, and then when you receive your products, then you can kind of update that, and then anything that's open, you know, has not come in yet. So let me know if anybody about that. Let's see. Do a refresh here. I don't know what's going on with my system. I don't know what's going on with my system in here. So, does anybody have any questions? Let's get into that right off the bat, just in case anybody had any questions. Let me know. We can address that. And in the meantime, I want to thank Gina. She was nice enough to text me a nice find. I haven't been out there yet to check on it, but I got it on my list. Thank you so much. I love when somebody actually gives back to me a little bit. Thank you so much. That's special. Another thing I wanted to mention before I forget. People have been reaching out to me, as you know. If you want to connect with me, there's the number that you can call. I got some people that have been talking about coaching here. And I haven't been coaching here lately. Pretty much everybody who had coaching with me has either gone through it or they just haven't. They still have sessions left and they haven't had a chance to get with me. No problem with that. We'll coach when you're ready. But moving forward, we're probably going to be doing more group coaching if there happens to be more than one person that wants coaching, because we gotta keep up and try and deal with the time issues. You know, you guys know I'm a working class hustler. So what we'll probably do, we'll have coaching. I don't think we're going to use Zoom, but I think everybody's familiar with Zoom now, especially with everything that's been going on with COVID. But we can do group coaching, and then what we would do is actually record the session. That way, if you're not available, you can watch the replay. Typically, what we would do with coaching, we would schedule for you, and that works as long as there's only one, client, or maybe two. But as we start building up, I just don't have the time. So we would have to pick a time and everybody jumps on the group session. And if you couldn't make it, you could watch the replay. And as always, you can text me with questions and stuff like that. Let me go over here to the chat and see what's going on. Darcy is saying, the more I look into it, private label is a whole other beast. Something that me and my GF have decided not to pursue. Minimum 5 to 20,000 to start. Yeah. And Will chimed in on that. Let me say something about that. And hello to King Williams. Thanks so much for joining. Eagles fan. Oh, man, check this out. Since I got an Eagles fan, I just got me a new shirt. How you like that, King? But yeah, about private label. It works, but my theory on that. It works, but you got to be pointing right here. It works, or it doesn't work. The question is it for you? To me, I don't want to do 3 or 4 months worth of research, and then the weeks of finding a manufacturer, getting the samples, putting in the order, dealing with customs, and now you finally get the product, and now you have to do your own type of advertising. You got to do some type of PPC or something to bring people to the product. They don't know it. You're not a brand that people know. So you got to figure out how to start getting reviews and this and that. It's just, I know it works, but it's just not for me. If anybody has tried it and you want to make a comment, I'm sure we would all love to hear your story. Let me see real quick. Is there anything newsworthy to talk about? I don't think there really is. Let's see. Things are pretty much the same. You guys already know everything is opened up, so you can ship stuff in. And I don't know if you look here. Let's look at what I got going on. Let's see. You can see today's date, May the 30th, 2020. We've had 7 sales today, and we're hovering around 18, somewhere between 18 and 19 grand for the last 30 days. And some of you guys may have noticed, if you've been watching the uploaded videos, I'm beginning to talk more about what you really get to keep out of this. You guys, you got to understand, ever since I started this channel, 3 years ago, whatever it's been, I've been learning, I've been growing, and we all have our own pace that we grow at. I probably would have been nice if I could have grown a little quicker, but hey, you do what you do. But my point is this, I continue to get better. I continue to learn and develop and grow, and then I just bring that to you. I don't have all the answers. I'm not perfect, but I work hard. And you can see that when we look at my numbers and we compare what was going on last year, the year before that, it's been going up and up and up. And that's just because I've been doing more and more and more. And what I really would hope that the working class hustlers would understand is you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know everything. You just got to take the first step, and then the next, and then the next. And so much will be opened to you. You're like a car driving in the night. You can only see as far as those headlights will shine, and that's all you need to see. Because the road unfolds in front of you, and there you see the twists, the turns, and you can make your adjustments. So don't think that you have to have all of the answers. If you're new to this channel, you haven't subscribed yet, you really haven't had a lot of experience in business, take that to heart. I mean, you really have to take that to heart, because what stops people from getting going is thinking that they have to have all the answers. You don't have to have all the answers. And let me tell you something else. If you're thinking that you're going to do all of this research in order to avoid making a mistake, I'm sorry. You're going to make mistakes. And I don't care how many books you read, how many seminars you go to, how many courses you buy. It doesn't matter. If you're going to be successful, you're going to fail your way to success. So get your mind right, get your money right. All right. I hope that's making sense, working class hustlers. Let me take a look and see what's going on here. Okay. Not much activity in the live chat right now. That's okay. What else is going on my end? I've been using Inventory Lab, and let me tell you, I'll put a link down in the description or I guess I could put a link in the chat, but I tried the free, I tried the trial period, and at that time I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to go through the learning curves of it, and I didn't like the layout. I didn't think it was intuitive, and I just didn't do anything with it. But eventually I had to become much more serious about the business, and this is where you see me going here lately with my language, with my messages, and I've been guilty of it too, guys, showing you my numbers as far as how many, what's going on with sales. And yeah, that's great, but that does not paint the true picture. That's not telling the whole story. In order to really give someone realistic expectations, you have to let them know give them numbers closer to what they can expect to keep after all of that work. So, and I have to get better. Okay. somebody made a comment on one of the videos, and they were saying, hey, as long as I know I'm making money, I'm okay. That's great. That's the way I did it up until recent. Hey, as long as, there's money coming in, I know it's at a profit. That's not being a very efficient business person. I've figured out, and I've told you guys over and over again, it's not rocket science. The process of selling on Amazon is pretty simple. And once you develop the skills, they're not hard to figure out how to buy, because that's when the money is made. The money is made when you buy. And so once you figure that out, you pretty much got that part down. But that does not make you a good business person. That just makes you a person that has the skills to know how to sell. But that's the selling products. That's the sexy part. Showing people what kind of revenue came in. When you look at Seller Central, that's sexy. But the bookkeeping, the numbers, that's the hard, the part. I shouldn't say that it's hard, but that requires a business person's mindset. So, and you have to, I'm just at a point. I can't tell you where you are right now. You just keep going. And when you're ready, things will happen. And this is why I say, just keep going. You don't have to have all the answers. I figured out how to sell on Amazon. That's great. But now it's time to take it to that other level. How do you, become a better business person? So using software that's going to tell you your real numbers, that's going to let you know where you need to make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, some comments came in here. So Abraham Lincoln says, we're ready to get into the title of the video, Amazon FBA sourcing. So yeah, we'll get into that. And as you know, the software that I use is Tactical-Arbitrage. So that's what we're going to get into. Abe, is that what you're using? Or are you familiar with that software? Let me know. Let's see here. We can talk about that right now. And I can tell you something else, Abe. If you don't know it, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm somewhat of a preacher. I mean, this channel, of course, is about selling on Amazon, but always remember this. Amazon is just one way to sell products. It's just one platform. It's not yours. And you're going to learn that real quick if you ever get suspended, which I have been. So I know that feeling, and you're going to learn that the principles for selling will apply to other platforms as well. So a lot of what I do and the way I run my channel has a lot to do with philosophy. And I don't apologize for that. That's just who I am. It either resonates with you or it does not. That's okay. But for those who might not be familiar with who I am, my methods, and how I do this, it has a lot to do with philosophy. I come from that type of background. So let me get into my account here. Okay, Abe, so you don't have you haven't used tactical arbitrage. Okay, good. Carrie says, does Inventory Lab with Scoutify do the same thing as tactical arbitrage? Okay, here's the thing about Inventory Lab. Inventory Lab is a software. Let me see, the best way I could explain it is it's a software that takes into it helps you with your accounting as well as listing products. I mean, it just does so much more than just Amazon Seller Central. I think you don't have to have it. I've just gotten it recently. But I will tell you this, when you become serious about the business, especially when your numbers start getting bigger, you're going to want to be able to take care of your accounting. That is a part of it for when you do your taxes. You want a way to know what's going on with your inventory. It can be kind of difficult when you send things in to know, okay, what is Amazon showing on hand versus what did I actually send? Because you can be losing money that way. But yeah, I think it's a really good program, and we're gonna start coming out with videos about it. I think it's worth it. But Abe says good copy. So let's do this. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is what tactical arbitrage looks like. Most of you are familiar, but for the benefit of those who are not, this software will actually search websites for you based on your criteria. You set the criteria, as far as what type of rank you're looking at, what type of profit margin, return on investment. You may not like to be on a listing that Amazon is on. You can tell the software, hey, don't show me anything that Amazon is on that listing, because I don't want that. Don't show me anything with ranks above, say, 100,000 or whatever the case may be. I mean, there's just so much that you can do. And since you're not familiar with the software, we'll show you how to set up a search. But just remember, when you come to tactical arbitrage, you can actually look at the pricing and see what you're going to get. They have different levels, and you can look at your check marks to see what you get. For most people, this online arbitrage will be the one that you need, and you can use this for retail arbitrage as well. So don't think that you're locked in. A lot of the deals that you see out here, they're going to only be in stores anyway. So if that's what you want, that works. They do have a 7-day free trial. If you want to support me, that would be great. You can go down into the description of any of our videos, and there's a link where you can sign up under me. I am an affiliate with them. And instead of 7 days as a trial, you can get 10. And when you start the software, if you sign up under me, and you find that it might be a little overwhelming, then you can text me. As a matter of fact, I got somebody that's been reaching out to me. Go ahead and text me, and we'll see if we can get you in on a call. So when you go to when you click on members access, the first thing you're going to do is come to your dashboard, and here everything is pretty much self-explanatory, but we have no searches going right now, so we'll go ahead and start one. But there's just a few things that, like, I did some product searches, I did some reverse searches, I did some wholesale searches. I do a little bit of wholesale, not much, but and I don't use library. I'm telling you guys, I promise you, I am losing money because there is so much money in books. That's a whole nother beast, but it's worth learning how to deal with that. There is money in books. So yeah, tell you what we'll do. We're gonna set up a search just to show you what that looks like. We're gonna set up a product search. We're gonna set up a reverse search, and then we're gonna look at one of my favorite new features called Always Be Scanning. We're gonna see if there's any more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And before we go any further, let me just see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Darcy says, I'm getting lots of items, but most of them are COVID pricing. So I'm getting highly inflated prices suppressed by buy boxes. Tips to adjust the search settings to mitigate this. I see what you're saying. What I have found, number one, let me tell you, what I have found is prices are starting to come down. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I stay pretty much in grocery and gourmet, but what I like to do, instead of looking at I look at the sales rank right now, but I just understand that is a snapshot in time. So, let me see. Yeah, so you don't want to you want to look at, say, for me, I like to look at the 90-day rank. Now, mind you, if we go 90 days, that 90 days is going to encompass a lot of COVID. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. You might want to go a little bit further out. But let me say something else about that. And here's my question to you. My question to you, hold on, Abe, I got you, baby. Darcy, are you sticking in one area? Because what helps is if you stay in one area and just kind of learn that category, because then you can make better decisions because you're just kind of familiar with that particular category. Okay. So Abe says, Horace, will you ever start doing live calls via Zoom, YouTube, etc. sometime in the future, or no? Okay, so we go live every week. Every Saturday we have the live stream. So you can always, if you're subscribed, you'll get the notification. If you text me, the number you see on the screen, we'll get connected, and then I actually text you personally before I go live. I don't know what's going on. Did you need to bounce, Abe? It's okay. Maybe I'm not getting to the meat of it fast enough for you. Let me know, and you may need to come back next week or whatever. Okay, so Darcy says mainly in home, house, pet, electronic components on US site. So yeah, that's great. Those are good categories. As long as you stay in those, you should be doing pretty good. And one more thing, we're going to go and get into tactical arbitrage here, but what you really want to do, man, when you build this business, more than anything, even though you're in arbitrage, you really want to be getting into replenishables, because to really advance your business, you don't want to be constantly trying to, relying on new products each and every week. Okay. And you should be sending in inventory each and every week. You're welcome, Abe. But no, if you build the foundation of your business on replenishables, then, and listen, guys, I'm serious. When you continue doing this, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with, say, 20 replenishable products. When you get to that level, That's when you're really building. And then you can cherry pick when you want to add products to that. All right, so let's get on in. Let's see here. All right, so once you get in, here we're going to do a product search. So you'll click on product search, and if you're looking in basic, which is what we're looking at now, all these websites you can search, you know. Listen, it really doesn't matter because most of us got about 3 or 4 websites that we like because, again, you learn that website, how they do things. You get comfortable. You learn their deals, how to coupon with them, how to gift card with them, and anything else that's going to help you save some money. But there are hundreds and hundreds of websites. There's got to be over 600 of them now. I don't know the exact number. When I set up my search, I like to use the advanced. So the advanced is going to look like this. And there's a lot more that you can do down in the filters. Okay. So here's what you got to understand. When you do a product search, that's when you pick a website and you say, hey, Tactical-Arbitrage, search this website. So that's the first thing we're going to do. There are other things to think about as far as your cache, whether or not it's a UPC site or not, whether or not you want to go for image matches. That's not in this video right here. We have a whole series of whole series of videos to teach you all of that. So you can watch those. You can find them out there on the channel. But let's say you picked a site, and I hate to use it, but we're gonna say Walmart. Some people hate Walmart, but I'm telling you, there's money to be made out there. It is one of my regular sourcing sites. So once you pick the site, now you need to come over to the category that you want to search in. So for example, hold on a second. Darcy, you do home, house, pet, electronics. So watch this. What we're going to do, we're going to pick the pet category to see if we can find something for Darcy. Now, under pets, there are 926 categories. You can only have up to 500. So what you could do is open this up, and I don't know what you like, Darcy. I mean, there's just so much stuff under pets. Well, let's say we went cats and dogs. Now you see this number right here? That's 0. When we add those categories to the bulk, that should change. It didn't. Let's see. Sometimes I get this thing doesn't act right for me. I don't know why. You guys are better than me with this. Let's see here. In a minute, I'm going to check my chat and somebody's going to say, hey, dummy, you need to select this. You need to select that. Let's see here. Dogs, cats. So now you got 411 categories, and if you add that me see. It didn't do it. So we'll do it this way. Let's see if that works. You gotta fool around with this junk. So this time, we'll try it like this. Now, I don't have any searches going on right now, so I know that's not the problem. So what we'll do is we'll refresh that. We'll delete that. We'll come back to Walmart. We'll come back to pets. And you see how you get this? Because that's too big. You can only have up to 500 categories. Let's see. All right, now you see how it added the 127. And now it added the dogs. So now you're up to 411 out of 500. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. This has just been how my day has been going. And actually, let me see. Oh, and now after I finally got it working, Darcy says toys can't do food or pet care. So in that case, we'll come back. Let's see here. We'll take that out. We'll take that out. Let me see. So cat toys. We'll say dog toys. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now we're at 51 out of 500. Now, in my case, I got to put my sales tax, which is 6%. Now, watch how I do this, guys. You're not going to like it probably, but this is just, especially if you're having problems getting good results. Look at, when I say remove average 90 day, I got that at 500,000. If you really want some results to go through, you gotta set wide, okay? And that way you can filter down once you get into it. But you want to start getting things. There's a lot of factors that can affect whether or not you would buy a product that you're just not going to see if you don't set. I don't deal with any of these, okay? I do say remove third-party sellers. It doesn't work for Walmart anyway. They're still going to show you third-party sellers, so you got to be careful. I don't deal in this. Hold on one second, guys. Hey, Rob, I'm live right now. Hey, what you got? Oh man, my neighbor just brought me a plate. Oh, I tell you, boy, life was good. I'll show it to you in a minute, but we got to keep going here. All right, we're back. Now, as I was saying, this area here would be like if you want to remove certain words. If you know you can't sell Lego, like me, if you know you can't sell, certain things, you can have it removed. But I can filter that out, just as easy after I have some results. Okay, it cost me roughly 50 cents to get the product in. If you're using a prep center, you can put things in there like that. Look at, I'm showing as long as I make $1 and if the ROI is 20%. Now, guys, I show you my numbers all the time. You know I'm doing better than that, but set it wide. Okay, and then you go ahead and hit search, and now you're kind of looking up in this area so that you can start seeing some activity. You see, now you got it going. Now, what we'll do is this. We'll come to start a new search. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go over to, we can delete that. We can go over to reverse search. Now, here's the deal. A reverse search, remember we just did a product search. Product search says, hey, here's the website that I want you to search. In this case, we chose Walmart for Darcy. Now we're going to say, we're going to do a reverse search. So now we're going to tell TA, Darcy likes pet toys. We're going to find some pet toys, and we don't know what website we want. We just want you to look at the top 3,000 products in pets, and we want you to figure out, of all of those stores that you are able to search, find some products that meet our criteria. So watch what we do. We're going to say reverse search. Now, I'm not going to get into all the settings because we got videos about reverse search, but here's what we're going to do with the cache. I'm going to say 5 days because I want us to get some results for Darcy. Okay. Now we're going to say best sellers. You could go most wished. You could go movers and shakers, but now we're going to go pet supplies. And then we're going to go, let's see if we can get it. We're going to go categories. We're going to say dogs. And then from there, we're going to say toys. Is there anything under there? Well, you could go balls, chew toys, and all that. I don't think Darcy really cares. As a matter of fact, let me just see here. Will says, hey Horace, what is your objective for next year? Same date. Talking about month and sales only. I just got through the 1,000 gross sales. My target's 10,000 a month next year. Oh, that's a good question. Right now, I mean, my ultimate goal is to get to 1 million a year in sales, but you gotta, I have to build up to that, and we'll talk about that, about how to think that through. I don't have all the answers, but I want to talk to you about how to think that through, and I don't want to forget, so let me make a note of that. How to think through sales objectives. Thank you for that. That's something we really want to talk about. Thanks, Will. So back to Darcy's thing. Now, same thing on the filters. I got to pay tax. I'm going to remove anything over 500,000. I ain't worried about nothing else. Let's see here. Out of stock. All right, so we'll go ahead and search. There's a lot more you can get into with all that. Most of you are familiar with it. And like I said, if you're not, come to the channel and you can find some other other videos. Now watch this. Remember how when we came into the dashboard, now you see 2 searches live, okay? Just so you can see that. Now, if you come over here to your search manager, here you can see your 2 products. You got a product search going, you got a reverse search going, and you can actually see the different filters that you used. You could save this search, okay? And you can have this search, you can schedule it to automatically run at a certain time, certain date, whatever. You see the power of this software. That's what this is all about, guys. Leveraging the power of the software. Okay? So, let's see here. Oh, my boy Tyrone just joined us. Thanks so much for getting out here, my man. So I tell you what, now that we got those 2 running, now we're going to go over to that feature I was talking about. Always be scanning. And we're going to see if I can get any better at this. Okay. Now remember, guys, this is just always scanning. You don't set anything. And I love that. Like I mentioned before, all you do is say you just log in, go right to always be scanning, and now you already got products that you can be looking at. Okay. Now I got it. You can move these columns around so you can set it up how you like. So let me see if am I restricted for this? Oh, I got to sign into my account. Hold on a second. In order for Tactical-Arbitrage to work, you got to be signed in to use, you know, a lot of the features of it. So let me see here. Actually, I am signed in. I don't know what's going on with this thing. They may, let's see here. Hold on, guys. Okay. Oh, they are making this so redundant. You go to log in and now it's sending some code to my phone. I don't know how that happened, but I'm definitely opting out of that. That 2-step verification. Okay. All right, so now let's see if this is working. Hold tight for me. Oh, what a day. All right, it's working. So, see now, here's that product I'm looking at. And you can see I'm not approved. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and request approval. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. And I didn't. And just because you get the approval at that stage still doesn't mean you're in the clear. But watch what happens here. If we come over to Filter Manager, let me get my glasses because half the time I can't find what I need here. Okay. So category, we're going to deselect all. We're going to come to pet supplies for Darcy. We're doing everything for Darcy today. Okay, so now look at. Let's see. Darcy can't do food, so we gotta scroll and see if we can find a toy like this. Chuck it. Now, what you could do. Let me see. I should have had a column that says number of sellers. I was saying I really didn't want that, but watch what happens here, because, and this is just a way to make things quicker. If you only see one person on the listing, chances are you're not going to be able to sell it. It's probably private label or something. Let me see if that's something that we can see. It should be competitive FBA sellers. Let's see if we put that on there. Apply it. Let's see, did it add that in there? I don't know. Yeah, it did. It's over here. Now what you could do, watch what happens. You could drag that over. Because you might want that closer to where you can see that right away. And I'm telling you, I'm starting to like this view better. You know, I hated it because it was just too much. But once you get it set up the way you like it and the way you work, then see, right away I would have saw this and I'm like, this is probably restricted. It says it's not. Now watch what happens. Let's go over it. Well, right here you can see estimated 364 sales. You're looking at an 82% return on investment as long as everything lines up right. Okay. Now, you got 10 people selling this. So when they say competitive, it must only be one FBA seller. Who is that? It's Amazon. So if we filter by, no, there's 2 of them. And this guy only has 56 ratings. So this shouldn't be restricted. Because with that number of ratings, you know he hasn't been around that long. Look at that rank, looks good. Now watch what happens. At this point, guys, if you're going to go any further, you're not restricted. This should be your profit. What I should do I need to move some stuff around here, because what I want to do at this point, hold on a second. Hang with me, guys. I don't like the way, well, I'm only showing 50 per page. If you have this at 100, it's going to move slow. I'm going to change it to 25 per page, and it should move faster. I don't know if it's gonna. Okay, it really isn't. But what I would do at this point, I would see if I could, I don't see it out there. I would probably go into Tactical Edge. So watch how I do it. I'm just going to take, this is the long way, because there is a button that you could have for that. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come to Analysis, Tactical edge. This is the long way, guys. There's a column you could have set up for that. So, and then remember, hold on. Supposed to be at Walmart for $4.52, and you can see it adjusted my price for the tax. It may not even be out there. Let's see. Now you got to get into the size. So you got your variations. Go back. Let's see here. So this is a medium that we're looking at. We'll go medium. Only one left. And that price isn't what I was looking at. Let's see, what does small go for? Okay, so I think the small is the only one you got a shot at. Even though we wouldn't look at this, we're just looking at this as an example. This isn't worth it. Or maybe it would be. You could get all 5 of them. Okay, so this really wouldn't work because you would need, in order to jump on this, you would have to get the small size. And I don't see anything out there about a small. But if you did, you would take, see, it's going to cost me $505. And here's where you could start to dig deeper and get into your 90-day rank, your 90-day price, and here's what your profit would be if you jumped in at what your competition is doing. That's not a good one, so we'll just move on. Let's see here. Probably not going to get approved for Kong. I didn't think I would. But you never know, guys. Always stick it in, C, because you never know. I thought I set the filters for toys, for dog toys. Let me see. Yeah, pet supply. Well, all right. That's just supplies. It's not going to be just toys. So we have to look for toys. Well, let's see here. What is this? What is this, Darcy? Oh, it's for a turtle. And remember, when you're on the page, if you have Tactical-Arbitrage, that comes with an extension called the Hummingbird. You could hover over that, click on it. Right away, you could see estimated 20 sales per month. You could look at your history chart. This is not a keeper chart. This is a history chart that comes from Tactical-Arbitrage. I like it. Don't forget, this guy has the buy box for $8.56, but you got to count. He's got $7.95 shipping and handling. So this is from Pet Mountain. I never heard of them. You could get 10% off right off the bat. So remember, let's see what happened. I don't know what happened now. But yeah. Let's see. What is this? Small 1 count, small 6 count, large 1 count. So you could buy, I guess you can get a few of them in there. And you may save by doing that. So then you got to make sure, let's see. So what I would do from here is open that up, which I had done before. Let's see here. Darcy, are you following along with that? Do you want me to grab that ASIN for you so you could stick it in and see if you could sell this? I mean, the profit, that may not be in your realm, but I'm okay with 25%, 26% return on investment, because if I put out $1,000 for the month and I get back 1,000 plus, 200, so I got 20% return on my money, and I'm talking after fees and everything. I'm okay with that, because you can scale that up, and then I don't have to worry about every little dollar amount. I'm saying the whole amount that I put out for the month, and what did I get back? It can be split up over products where you may have only gotten $2, but if that $2 represented a 20% return on investment, I would do it. So that's just my thing. So that might be one that I would get into. Let's see here. I can close that. We'll look at a couple more. Let's see. Freaky Ty, aka Flex, what's up, baby? Darcy says, I've been surprised what I get auto ungated for. Other day I go to Pokemon of all things. Thanks for the help, by the way. Okay, so we'll look at always be searching. We'll look for one more for Darcy. I know I'm not showing my screen. Hold on, guys. Let's see. Because what you could do, watch this. What if we said, okay, and like I said, guys, I know you guys are better than me with all of this junk. I just do what I do. But watch this. What if we said we wanted more money? So you could hit that button, and now you're showing it in order of the profit that you could make. Chew toy, no restrictions. Let's see. I don't like that estimated monthly, but that's estimated. My experience tells me with a rank like that, you're gonna get more. Let's look at Amazon. It should be $21.49, but that's a 2-pack. So let's take a look. All right. The next thing I would do, where is it? Oh, it's a Walmart. Yeah, that's out of stock. So then you just move on. Food. Rank is good. This guy's in the UK. Now, what I might look at, well, is Is it even in stock? Nope, it's out of stock. Sometimes, guys, I'm telling you, it's so important when we're out here doing this together, and you see how you spend 30 minutes and you don't come up with nothing. It's so important that you see that, because this is the reality of it. And with that reality, you see the numbers that I'm getting because I continue to do the work regardless. You have to like doing the work. Did we look at this? I don't remember. The profit ain't all that good anyway, but I like the return on investment, so I might look at it. It's just that that estimated monthly. Let's see here. Yeah, with that rank, I know this is selling. I know it. Just from experience. Now, of course, I'm going to look a little deeper and see what the 90-day is on it. But and then they keep trying to get you to save 10%. Well, you know, you got to take that into account. You'll get 10% off of this order. This may be the only time you ever use these guys. You might as well get that 10%, and that changes everything, right? That changes what you're going to make. Look at. So if we took that ASIN, and remember how we stuck that into Tactical Edge, check another ASIN. Hold on one second, Lance. Jim let me know you got a question. We're going to get to it, but let me just finish this up real quick. Thanks, Jimmy. Now look at my adjusted price is 1021 minus 10%. Most of you could figure this out in your head, but so now you're at $9.19. Let that load. Boy, this guy's got a lot in stock. But guess what? You would be the only FBA seller. That makes a difference. You can charge more. Average 90-day rank. That's still good in pets. That's still good in any category as far as I'm concerned. Average 90-day price, you know, you can work with that. If your average 90-day price is $18.54, you could work with that, because here's the deal. You're going to charge above these two anyway, and you're going to get it. I probably wouldn't go as high as this person, but then again, look at how many ratings he's got. He knows what he's doing. He's got something going on here. So, all right, now let me take this question, and then we're going to go back. We had a couple of scans that we ran. We're going to look at those scans, okay? Then we're going to go and we're going to talk about, I wrote it down. Oh, how to go through, how to think through your sales objectives. And then we're going to wrap it up after I show you my plate that my neighbor got me. Man, I'm going to be greasing. All right, hold on. Lance says orders that are in packs, if purchased singles, where Amazon may say pack of 2, do I wrap and label as 1, or would Amazon do this for me? Yeah, you would need to, if Amazon has it listing as a pack of 2, then you're gonna have to bundle that yourself. You could have Amazon do it for you, but they're gonna charge you for it. Actually, I don't even know if Amazon would do the multi-packing for you, but they will do any other prep work if you want to pay for that. I hope that answers your question. If not, just restate it or whatever and let me know what I did not answer. And now, let's see here. Okay, so now remember we had some searches going. So what we would do at this point, because those searches are still live, go over to the search manager. We did a product search on pet, toys, whatever. Here we're going to say view data. Now, I like mine in basic. So watch what happens. I'm going to put that in basic. Now, in the filters, I take out the match quality because you're not going to see everything if the system is trying to match the quality. Leave that and you can figure it out. Right now it's set to show estimated monthly sales, as far as it's showing it from the best all the way down, or the most down to the least. Take this out because all we want is pet supplies for Darcy. All right. Now this is showing other sites that may have the product as well. That's a 50% return on investment. This number doesn't look very good, but when you got that many being sold across variations, I know that, but most of you guys are probably too young to even know who Mr. Bill was, but he was a funny character on Saturday Night Live, I think it was, and he would be getting beat up. I mean, he'd be having so much stuff going wrong. But if you're not restricted, and if it is available at Walmart for the price, and it is, if it is selling on Amazon for that price or somewhere thereabouts, $14.98. Let's see here. So right away we can see there are no FBA sellers. So what I would do at this point, I would go ahead into the Tactical Edge. And yeah, we couldn't work with this. Let's see. Well, maybe we could. This isn't looking right though. We want a better price than that. Now at this point you might want to look at your chart. And it looks like what the issue might be. Amazon went out of stock. And that's where I think your price started hopping up. Let's take another look at the product. I'm going to come down to the Keeper chart. And you can see where Amazon is going out of stock. I really don't see it jumping up that high, even when Amazon's out of stock. So I don't know what the deal is with that. We would just move on. Take that out. Let's see. This is Kong. I know I can't sell that. And if I can't sell it, they better not let Darcy sell it. So then I'm going to be mad. Let's see. Number of sellers, 4. We're looking to check the price on Walmart. That looks good. We're looking to check the price on Amazon. That's good. Okay. There's no FBA on that. I don't. Oh, yes, there is. We'll go a little deeper into Tactical-Arbitrage. Average 90-day price looks good. Average 90-day rank looks good. Estimated monthly sales is excellent. For whatever reason, it's not showing me the other info that I want on the other sellers. We'll try and reload that, and hopefully it'll act right. It didn't. That's okay. This would be one that I would probably jump on. So I would probably move it to my Walmart folder. That way I could come back to it later. All right. Let me see if there's any other questions before we look at our reverse search for Darcy. Let's see. No. Anybody who has not hit the like button, hit that like button. We're almost even. We got 9 viewers. We only got 7 likes. So let's see if we can get that up. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 22 minutes. I don't know how you guys do this. Do this to me. How do you keep me out here? Anyway, I guess I must like what I do. So, back to our product manager, and here's our reverse search on pets. Now we're telling the software, hey, find the best sellers in this category. Look across the sites that you can search, and let's see what we can find. Same thing, guys. If you like the basic view, which is what I like, you're going to need to take this match quality out. Select all, take eBay out. Let's see. We looked at this already. We looked at this. I'm just sort of scrolling through just to see. I don't know if you can sell Nerf or not. This is a pack of 3. This probably is not. It's not. That's Kong. We can't sell that. I don't know about this. I don't really do pets. I don't really sell in that category, though. So, we got approved. All right. So, that ain't bad. If I was going to do an entire haul from Chewy, because that's the way I like to do it. Pick a site. Something works good. Let's see what else we can get from that site. Do a whole haul from that site. Let's see. They do have stock. Now you got 31 sales estimated from 2 different people. That's not a lot. Let's see who those 2 people are. One is Bonka Bird Toys. 2 is Bonka Bird Toys. I don't know. Well, that's their brand from what I could see. So we wouldn't be able to jump on that. That'll get you in trouble. Even though we got approved for it. Let's see here. That's only 1 seller. Probably we can't do it. It ain't a match anyway. 19. And so you get better at just kind of. So yeah, we didn't find anything on the reverse that I would move on. But it's still running. You know what I mean? We really didn't run it for that long. And that pretty much does it, unless there's any questions about that. But while we wait to see if there are any questions, we got approved for that. We said, what did we say we were going to talk about? We were going to talk about how to think through your sales objectives, because Will was asking, what's my objective for next year, same date? Guys, here's what you got to think about. You got to think, and again, this goes back to the preaching I did earlier where I was talking about once you learn the skills of how to buy product, how to select, source, that part is pretty much it. You have to understand something. You really cannot control sales. You can buy using that skill, but you don't control sales. The market is moving and doing that. What you can control is how much you buy. And if you run out of money, then your problem is, well, your concern and your efforts are going to be directed towards getting more capital to buy more product. Let me show you what I mean with that. We're going to go over, let's see here. We're going to go into my inventory lab account, okay? And give me a second. Let me get this mess together. Or even like the video we uploaded this week, I talked about how much we spent now watch this. This may not hit home. I may not bring it home as well as I could, but over time, you and I will both get better. Now I'm going to look at quarterly just so that I can see it the way I want to view it. That way we can look at May. Now watch this. If let's see, that may not be right. Hold on. That's not what I want to show you. Remember, I'm still learning how to use the software, how to get to where what I want to show. Let's see. Well, my point is this. What you really want to start looking at is how much did you spend, okay, in order to get the amount of sales that you got. If you want to increase your sales, you got to increase your spending, okay? You know, and I brought that out in the last video where we were looking at how much I spent on that shipment that went out yesterday. And right from that shipment, we can see, using this software, what our projected profit, net profit, was going to be. And what you want to do is, this is why it's so important to know your numbers, because once you know your numbers, it's just a matter of scaling up. Okay? And it's the same that I always say. Okay, if I got to spend 1,000 and I know I'm averaging 30%, okay, then that 1,000 is going to come back plus 300. Okay? If that's what I'm spending in a month. But what if you want to make, you know, say you want to make 1,000. So you guys are better than me with this. But let's see, if I spend 1,000 and I know I'm getting a 30% return, but I want, instead of 300 a month, so if I just spend 1,000, I'm going to get 300 on top of that 1,000. So I'm going to make 300 after expenses. I want 1,000 back. Well, you just got to play with your numbers until you get to that. Now, you probably know better the formula. I don't off the top of my head. But I will tell you this. If I spend $2,000 at 30%, I know I'm going to get 600. So if I spend $3,000, I'm going to get 900. Now you start to see, because a lot of people say, I want to make $1,000 a month. Okay, well, you might have to spend 3,000 somewhere abouts. I don't have it exactly, but you see how I logically went through the steps to get there. If you can average 30% return on investment, and remember, guys, this is what I'm telling you. If you're going to spend 3,000 and your goal is to get back 1,000, and you know you got to get somewhere around 30-35%. At the end of the day, if you put out 3,000 and you got back, you got back 1,000, so you got back 3,100. Well, no, you didn't. If you made 1,000, you got back the 3,000 plus the 1,000 in profit, so you got back 4. But of that entire 4,000, you get to keep 1,000. So I hope it's starting to come clear to you what you got to do here, the way you have to think through it. It's about the spending. That's what you can control. So, you know, and you see, I'm trying to get more into that part of the business, because a lot of people want to talk about, you know, sales. Sales is great, but we got to talk about profit. We got to talk about what you actually get to keep. So that's why I say it again. Know your numbers. When you start getting into your replenishables, you cannot afford to go out of stock, because you understand now how Amazon works. It's a cash flow business. It's not a flipping business. There is time involved in this. You got to get the product, get it sent to you. You got to prep it. You got to get it into the fulfillment centers. Then the fulfillment center goes, oh, okay, here it is. Oh, you know what? I'm going to send some here. I'm going to send some there. And while it's being moved about the planet, it's not available. That's going to affect how fast you get the money back. If your money's tied up in inventory, that's loss of use. You're not able to use that money. So you can't afford to be running out of stock. And this is an issue that I'm getting better at because I need to be better. Let me just see if I got anything. Will says, I like the cat. Okay. So that's pretty much it, guys. And if there are no other questions, I'm going to dance my way out of here. But before I do that, let me show you what my neighbor brought me. When I had to excuse myself to get up, let's see if you can see that. Look at that. That's honey glazed ham. There's beans, and then there's string beans and potatoes. Yeah, this is gonna be good. I haven't eaten anything all day. I'm gonna break my fast. I'm trying to watch my weight. Oh, anytime, Darcy. Get connected, man. Let's see. I normally dance my way out of here. I don't know if I'm going to dance today. Does anybody care? If you don't care, I don't need to. Let's see here. Did I forget anything? Hold on. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up. We'll give it a minute or so in case anybody had any last questions. Okay. I got one person requesting me to dance. All right. Oh, my goodness. Okay, guys, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for joining me. I will never stop thanking you. The baby says, my favorite part is the dancing. You know, this means so much. You guys having this channel going live and being with you forces me to get better. And that has made such a difference in my life. So please keep coming back. Share this channel, share this video, share it on your social media, share it with your friends. You never know who might be ready to make that change. We're going to continue getting better and better and better. And that's it, guys. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace, respecting your mind, your time, most definitely your grind. I've shown you how to go out and get some of this paper. It's time to go get mine. And Sonia says, yes, I want to see an old man break his hip. That was mean. Music! Pull it out. Lights.